I think the natural question is, you already trade publicly over in Europe, okay? Why a SPAC? Why not just move your listing here to the U.S.?
Well, most companies use SPAC to go public. We use SPAC to go American. And, we are anti-SPAC, or the SPAC anomaly. Effectively, we are proven, already have a track record, already listed in Sweden. And so the SPAC was a natural route for us to accelerate.
All right. When you're going to go public this year in the U.S., investors are going to be like, it's another crypto company available here on the U.S. markets. What separates your company from some of the other crypto IPOs that we've had this year?
Well, we are crypto native with institutional discipline. The other IPO are much more infrastructure driven. We are an asset management company, so it's a very different kind of proposition.
What makes it so different? I mean, isn't Robinhood essentially an asset management company? Like, you can buy and sell on there. I'm doing the managing, but you can buy, you can sell, you can short stocks. I mean, what's the difference? What are you saying when you say you're an asset management company?
I'm not going to speak for Vlad's company, and it's a great company, but it's much more of a brokerage company for digital asset and all the stocks and all the equities and securities, whilst CoinShare is much more of an asset management where we help people in the decision for investment and, go on the journey with them to make sure they are maximizing the value of their investment.
All right. So as people are going on this journey, I want to ask you, when you're looking at the cryptocurrency space, is there one of these coins, whether it's Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, is there one that you see your company being most closely tied to?
Well, CoinShare started this journey in 2014 in digital assets. So, Bitcoin was the very first investment thesis we have, and we validated this investment thesis over the years. We then have product on Ethereum. We're the first one to launch product on Ethereum, and then Solana. So, we're following the market cap, we're following the kind of narrative and the investment thesis, and, what we're distinguishing ourselves with is like our investment experts are educating investors realistically about the value proposition attached to every single coin and what is the investment thesis underpinning these different coins.
All right. So cryptocurrencies, they trade around the clock, they trade all around the world. Why is it important to be listed here in the U.S.?
They trade 24/7 all around the world. The problem is the U.S. is still the biggest total addressable market in the world. If we go back to just basic stats, we have a fantastic total addressable market for cryptocurrencies. JP Morgan and BlackRock are assuming 5% of allocation to your portfolio. At the same time, the penetration rate is very low. At the end of 2024, less than 10 basis points of the total AUM was invested in ETF associated to cryptocurrencies. And so, we need to come to this market and be able to grow our company within the biggest market in the world.
I mean, biggest capital market in the world, not a bad idea. I want to ask you one last question. As we look at federal rate cuts, what do you think that means for your business, the potential of those coming up next week and maybe an easing campaign? Is that a tailwind for crypto? Because we've seen a lot of volatility in crypto in recent weeks as expectations have actually grown. Do you see that as a positive or a negative for investors when it comes to crypto as opposed to equities, commodities, and bonds?
So at CoinShare, we have been watching the volatility in crypto for a very, very long time. The volatility has been taming over the years. We used to be in a 120% annualized volatility regime, and we're now down to 60, 50% realized. So it's a much more different picture. The tailwind of regulation has been very good. Tailwind of Federal Reserve policy has also helped. And what you can see is there is a strong demand for people from hard assets, and so Bitcoin in that sense is a clear winner.